I was born to bring trouble wherever I'm at. I was born in the soul of misery, and I never had me a name. They just give me a number when I was young. When I was young.
What's up, guys? Rough week so far. It took a big L to our big rival, our one and only rival. If you have not noticed, this is going to be an audio-only version of the show. Thomas is out for the week, kind of like a lot of our defensive players right now. So yeah, sit back, relax, listen to this in a podcast-style format. We're going to be breaking down Texas OU, talking briefly about Texas versus Kansas, because we know that y'all are obviously excited to hear that, and then doing our college football previews and picks per usual. So sit back, relax, and enjoy an interesting episode of Texas Platinum. All right, so Texas OU, good atmosphere, you know. It was exciting going into the game.
Beginning, maybe, I don't know.
I kind of got lucky. Was able to go down on the field. Did not expect that at all.
How'd you get down there?
Work connection through my father. So
I started networking.
Yeah. So I was like, oh my gosh. So that was super awesome. Such a historic venue, and I got to walk down the tunnel. I don't know. I wasn't like visibly fanboying out, but in my head I was like freaking out.
Yeah.
You got to go down the tunnel?
Yeah.
That's amazing. That's iconic.
It is, yeah. So I kept thinking about that, and then the field, and like I know that. I mean, obviously, y'all were at the game, so you see just how close the fans are to the players.
Actually,
but like when you're on the field, like it's something else. Like because I always knew, like, for instance, I had friends that once sat in the student section and they were like basically on the front row, and they're like, yeah, you can see like the whites of the players' eyes. But for some reason, I never thought about that from like the player's perspective. But like when you're a player, like you literally see so many fans, and like you can see the whites of their eyes, and it's just like, damn, like that must be just such, a crazy
just like pressure,
mind trick. Yeah, especially when you're in the opposing team's end zone and you see all that, or even better, when like you score in the opposing team's end zone, like you literally can just look around and you're just staring Sooners in the face,
Yeah,
so
that's gotta be crazy.
Yeah, cool perspective that I've never got to see, but yeah, after that, pretty much once the ball got kicked off, it was kind of downhill.
Yeah, man, nothing
from there.
Nothing went our way at all.
No, just a lot of literally nothing looked good. Coaching was abysmal. Player performance was abysmal. We made no adjustments. I feel like we had a very arrogant scheme from the beginning of the game.
Very vanilla.
Vanilla. Which, I mean, I guess I'm okay with that, like, to an extent. Like, if we want to start out the game, we're against OU, and we're like, okay, we're going to smack them in the mouth. We're going to do what we do. We're going to do our bread and butter. That's cool. But the fact that we do that, we fail. We do that again, we fail. We do that again, we fail. And we make zero adjustments, do nothing creative. That is arrogant. And then you're able to hold this team to 10 points somehow in the first half. Like, I don't know how the hell we did that, because our defense certainly wasn't that good. Honestly, I think OU had a bit of a sloppy game themselves, but I'm just like, okay, first half is over. We're still in the game. We're getting the ball back. Wipe it, clean slate, change everything, because we're doing nothing right on offense. Let's change our scheme. Let's, get some new play calls going. Let's take advantage of what we've seen. But no adjustments. Same old crap. And and somehow we were still able to hang in there and make it a close game, one-score game, but it didn't look like a one-score game. It looked like a a blowout, even though it wasn't that on the scoreboard. So
Yeah.
just incredibly disappointing. Nothing that we've, in Tom Herman's tenure at Texas, at least in a big game, we've never seen him just completely crap the bed like that.
There was nothing really to I don't know. There's nothing exciting that we were doing during the game at all. There was no fire. There was no energy.
I mean, there was that one big run by Roshan.
Yeah, I mean,
which was good because
which is
ran
honestly
the ball up
surprising.
the middle.
I didn't think we were gonna get that.
But then, of course, we don't go back to that. We had that one big splash play, and then we're like, okay, let's run the ball to the outside for the rest of the time because that's working. But yeah,
I mean, we can go a little bit more in depth in the offense, I guess.
Let's do that.
Yeah. Yeah, we decided that wide receiver screens and running back bubble screens were the way to go this game. I don't know really what they were saying. We saw, everything up until now that we've seen from the OU defense has been that they've been not amazing, but a hell of a lot better than they've been.
They make plays.
They make plays.
They move around fast.
They
super fast.
Yeah,
a lot of motion.
Yes, exactly. They get to the ball really fast. They play, I don't know, physical, but it's not physical. It's just fast. You know what I mean? They get to the ball. They know the assignment. They're definitely coached better than they were.
Yeah.
So I'm very surprised that they didn't. I think maybe the staff thought it was just the opponents. Maybe, I don't know, but they didn't look like they prepared for that at all.
No.
Really.
Yeah. And our players, Sam Cosme, BJ Foster, they come out.
Yeah, man.
They're purposely being very arrogant. They're like, oh, we hung with LSU, be out physical at LSU. We're going to do the same thing to OU's soft defense.
Yeah.
Well, they literally
owned.
They were just more manly than us. They were tougher than us. They brought the juice. You can usually tell. I always pay attention to this at the Cotton Bowl. I watch the teams run out of the tunnel, each team. Yeah. And you can pretty much tell who's going to come out with the juice based on how they exit the tunnel. And OU's all hyped up, and we're slowly just jogging out like normal with our flags.
Really?
I would expect us to be extremely juiced up for this game. I mean, I've never seen Tom Herman, big game Tom, who's, we covered. I don't know how we covered.
Yeah, that was
but
some garbage time touchdowns.
But man, our O-line, 9 sacks?
9 sacks. And that's not including all the hurries and other hits that Sam took.
This is supposed to be a revamped, a better O-line too, man.
Yeah, it's our best O-line that we've had, and at least since Mac Brown.
Look horrible.
Completely exposed. I guess Alex Grinch saw our tendencies that we showed against West Virginia, and just completely took advantage of them. It wasn't so much the left side of the line where all the pressure was coming, but the right side was just getting completely exposed.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, not good. 9 sacks. Sam really just, and then it. The play calling didn't help on his end either because, outside of the screens and runs to the outside, when they were calling passing plays, they were, calling plays that required, time to develop and get them downfield and
he just didn't have that time
run different routes, and he just didn't have time. And then he couldn't scramble around a bunch because OU obviously spied him, which we didn't do. With one of the best dual threat quarterbacks in college football, Jalen Hurts, didn't even put a spy on the damn guy. So that was another sign of complete arrogance and disrespect, in my opinion. Why would he not do that? But yeah, Sam just didn't have time, and then he couldn't really. He got a few big runs in and stuff, but he's just out of his element too.
Dude.
I'm starting to wonder if that rib injury actually is affecting him more than what the coaching staff is advertising. Because, even in the West Virginia game, he didn't look... Really, I guess since LSU... the Rice game he looked good, but it's Rice. But, yeah, since LSU, I don't know, he hasn't popped off the screen like he did.
I thought he was good against Oklahoma State. He hasn't been really. He's been managing the game as pretty much as well as he could. There were multiple throws over the middle that could have actually broken free for touchdowns that we dropped. Colin Johnson and then Brennan Eagles down the sideline. He had another one
and his face man.
99-yard touchdown that he could have just that would turn the game. Yeah. So much momentum, so much energy pumped
Jake
into our
Smith
team.
Dropped the ball again. That was
I'm mad about
at him. I mean, a lot of drops.
There were so many like long slant routes or medium slant routes. They could have been taken to the house plenty of times. I also feel like, I mean, Sam had his first game where he kind of came back down to earth. I know you're saying earlier about like he had a good that he was trying to find some running room. I'm just looking now. He had -9 yards rushing right now on 23 carries.
That's from the sacks.
Yeah, that's probably.
I mean, I guess,
sacks.
but
it's still bad though.
But how many carries
'Cause
did he have?
23.
Yeah, he should still like.
I mean,
I think that was
at
more
least
out of
positive.
necessity
He should
than
still be in
like
the-
called.
Positive.
I mean, the goal line touchdowns obviously were
No
called,
throwing
but-
touchdowns. Yeah, I don't know. I also thought we didn't test. I feel like we played a lot of our offense that played to their strength, which is in the middle of the field for them, their linebackers. We didn't test their outside corners enough, I thought.
Not at all.
Not at all. There was so many times where when we did throw to Colin Johnson that it was just no contest. Like you
Just throw it up.
Just
Yeah.
throw it up. He was taller. He was more
That was
physical. He
nice.
was just gonna go get
Nice
the ball.
to see that again.
You know what I mean? Like, it was nice to see that at least, but I just don't think we did that enough. I mean, granted, you could say that Sam didn't have time to develop downfield, but I don't know. I think we should have tried a little bit. Tim Beck's game plan was not special at all, and I don't know. I thought we were gonna see more bag of tricks this game.
Oh, definitely,
personally.
definitely.
I didn't see enough.
Yeah,
And
as Matt Myers was just
Yeah.
saying, I think right before we started rolling this podcast, we were just like, yeah, we've seen like a trick play
Like,
in
every
like
single game.
every game. I think at least since Rice, past
Yeah.
2 previous games, we saw some big time trick plays.
Successful
and
ones too.
You were expecting at least one against our biggest in season game of the year, against their big rival in conference. Nothing.
Yeah, you save them for games where you're outmatched or you need a boost. Like OU, that flea flicker, they did a trick play and they
That was
scored
great.
on it.
Yeah.
And Tom Herman,
They shouldn't have scored on that though, because there were 5 guys on.
Yeah.
CeeDee
That one
Lamb.
pissed me off.
BJ
dude.
Foster just
Saw it
looking
coming
like
a mile away.
just completely lost after talking all that trash. That was really tough to swallow. And then Osai missed the tackle and CeeDee Lamb just glides into the end zone, making him look like Superman.
Yeah.
CeeDee might be Superman. Though.
No, he's elite.
The
but
guy
like-
is gonna be a top end draft pick for
Yeah.
sure.
yeah, without a doubt. But like, you got your hands on him, just pull him
Yeah,
down.
I know exactly.
But
Any more about the offense?
there's so
talked
much.
about the
Keontae,
Keontae
Ingram.
just-
Oh yeah,
Scared
Keontae.
again.
Yeah, running backs. Keontae looked scared again. Couldn't do anything. And again, we kept running the ball to the outside, and I really don't think that's his strength.
Oh, absolutely. No, he doesn't have that breakaway.
No.
Like, turn the corner speed.
The one time that we did run it up the middle, at least that I saw, we broke, the one big play of the game from our side of the ball, that 50-something yard rush by Roshan, who, I don't know, I think he obviously has earned the starting spot, even though
Yeah.
Tom Herman hasn't.
You gotta,
Like, I don't
he
care
may not
that. I
start,
don't.
but Roshan might get more of the carries. Now.
Yeah, I
This
mean,
might
I
be
don't.
one of those things.
Yeah. Like, I guess I don't care too much about who starts the game, but yeah, I mean, he definitely has earned,
Way more carries.
at least something. I'm kind of surprised we didn't see Kirk Johnson at all.
Just for something special.
Just some-
I
juice.
just feel like we didn't run the ball all that much now that I'm thinking about it in general.
Wait.
We just did a lot of those stupid screens to Duvernay, who, I mean, yeah, he has elite speed, but when you're getting him behind the chains before he, as soon as he catches it, he's already like 5 yards behind the chains and has to make it up. And Oklahoma's expecting that, every other play.
Yeah, and most of the screens are telegraphed. Literally have guys motioning out, and as soon
not
as
even
they
fakes,
motion
yeah.
out, it's not even fake. Like, it's not even like a backdoor pass off of it. You just throw it right to the screen guy,
Right.
and there's 3 OU Sooners already screaming down before the play's even snapped, and then there's one blocker, and then they just swallow
Right.
whoever it is, Duvernay or Keontae in the
Like,
backfield.
can he
Like,
just run up the middle? Like just get him on a... I know he doesn't play outside, but get him on like a freaking go route or something. Like, just run him right up the middle, because like he's gonna score if you just give him some space and get him downfield. But I don't know.
yeah, Duvernay, like, his special team woes also destroyed us.
Oh yeah, horrible.
I think that may have been part of the reason that we lost.
That was
Because
stupid.
How many drives did we have starting within our own 10?
at
Like
least
three
4.
or 4, right? Most of them, right?
I felt like everyone.
like that's not a
couple.
recipe for a good
No.
for winning
That's
the
a
game
great
at all,
way to
man.
lose a game.
You can't start that far behind, man.
especially
you really
when your
can't.
offense is,
Trying to get
sputtering.
going.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And we were in the OU end zone in the third quarter pretty much the whole time, trying to get out of it.
Yeah.
And so we're trying to get something going on offense, start mounting our comeback, and we would make plays, but when you get backed up in the end zone, and then there was one series particularly where we just got like rattled. We got down to like the 1 yard line, had like multiple penalties, and then it was just like if you just catch the football, take a knee, get us to 25, then we're not. And then conversely, we get stuffed at our own goal line or their own goal line, and then we punt it, and they get the ball at the 50-yard line, and our defense is just tired, and they have to like guard 50 yards against OU. I mean, we gave up 34 points, which is honestly really good considering.
Honestly, I mean, you can't say that our defense in the first half especially kept us in the game a lot.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Or I mean, the
They
whole
got
time,
turnovers,
they got
and
turnovers.
that's what happened.
You can't say it was a whole round. It wasn't. You can't say that it was the whole team's fault. But I mean, it's a team sport. You kind of have to. But the offense really didn't do its job at all. If we just had the other side of the ball going, it's probably a different,
it would have been fine.
different game. I don't know if we win in that case, but probably different. And I don't know.
And that goes back to, I guess, what I briefly touched on, being that I feel like OU played a sloppy game from the offensive side of the ball too. I mean, granted, they had those big plays to CeeDee Lamb, who just balled out in this game. Good for him, because I don't know. I feel like I wouldn't say he's had a quiet year, but like I feel like I haven't heard a ton about him until this game. But yeah. That Jalen Hurts interception was just completely stupid. And then that fumble that Cook forced, honestly, that was lucky. That was just his helmet, hitting Hurts like right where the ball was. So
You should have slid. That was the one time he could have actually slid.
Right.
But every other time he was just juking BJ Foster out, making him look silly. So.
And both of those turnovers were in the red zone. So yeah.
I mean, that's good. Yeah,
defense did enough to win.
Yeah, enough to win the game, I'd say. Still not good though. I mean,
like if you told me,
nothing about it from an optical standpoint looked good.
Yeah, like if you told me before the game that we're gonna hold OU to 34 points and win the turnover battle 2-0, I would think we win the game and win it.
Yeah.
Actually, emphatically, like maybe a touchdown, maybe 2 touchdowns.
Yeah.
But
I'd say that
the story was just our offense being pinned back and just could not do anything.
Mm-hmm.
And it was really the 9 sacks, I think, and then the inability to run the ball.
Sacks.
And our receivers, nobody on offense played either besides Roshan Johnson.
True. Very true.
And I'm also tired of seeing Cade Brewer in the slot. Put an actual athlete that can stretch the field out.
I know.
Don't put a slow guy.
It's you're right. It's Herman's offense that he's setting up. And look, I get it. Like last year when you had Andrew Beck, who was an exceptional blocker and like very rarely would catch the ball. I get him being on the field, but Cade Brewer is not. No offense to him, but he's not the level of blocker that Beck was.
But then they would flex him out, as a receiver.
And have you seen him catch more? I can only think of 2 or 3 catches he's had the entire year.
Yeah,
literally.
Yeah, he averages 1 or 2 catches a game.
He's not gonna the linebackers aren't gonna see him and be like, oh crap, we got to cover him like Jake Smith.
What? Yeah. Put Smith out there with Duvernay.
Yeah, Smith got 1 drive, I think, maybe 2.
He got
1
or 2
target.
catches, and then he dropped that one. That was gonna be a big first down, I believe.
Yeah.
Bad for the
another example of just a bad game plan, bad play calling, very vanilla. Why are we
arrogant?
Yeah,
arrogant. I mean, that's what it comes down to. I mean, this is the biggest game of the year. Like I said earlier, I get us coming out being like, hey, we're gonna do our thing. We're gonna be our bread and butter. I get that. That's cool. But the fact that you don't adjust, you don't make any changes, you don't throw out any trick plays, you don't really go for any splash plays, and then from a defensive side of the ball, you play soft coverage against a big time receiver. You don't have a spy on like one of the best dual threat quarterbacks in college football.
Yeah.
You miss tackles like there had to have been over 20 missed tackles in this game, and I'm not exaggerating.
No, you're probably right.
It was
dude.
horrible. I think I even heard a stat that literally like since it like this game may have been the worst game at least in a very long time for UT where it's like been so many missed tackles. Like there were more missed tackles in this game than there were in the entire Charlie Strong era.
Wait, no, that can't be right.
No, I read that there from like a
I know that
source.
I know that we're leading the nation in missed tackles now after this game.
Oh well,
Which
yeah.
is never something
Obviously.
I thought I was like expected here under Todd Orlando's defense and our physical. Like we are a physical team. So besides saying we're too physical for the Big 12, like okay, relax.
Obviously not.
But we come out here and we look soft and just slow and not juiced.
Hesitant.
Yeah, just thinking way too much. I mean, part of it is the injuries. Like,
Yeah.
we are decimated. And then it also bothered me during this game, like, all of our players kept on getting injured, and not one of OU's players got injured. Like, it's like the LSU game, but on reverse.
Right.
You can't be having 7 guys get injured or whatever it was.
You can't have
McCullough.
guys like Malcolm Roach, a captain,
spearing
making a
someone late.
stupid play like that and getting ejected. Like, obviously we were at the game, so we didn't hear it, but I had a friend that texted me. They were like, I was like, well, what are the announcers saying about our defensive performance? Because we at that point was kind of when the floodgates were opening, and like Joel Klatt apparently was like, yeah, this defense they don't have a leader right now. Now that Roach is gone, like everyone's confused, everyone's looking around, not sure what to do. Our run defense. That was a weird thing. Oklahoma did not run the ball much, and they should have because they were gashing us, just absolutely destroying us. Our run defense, the one calling card that I feel like this defense has, didn't show up at all.
Yeah. I don't even think Trey Sermon played, or if he didn't get any touches. Maybe he's like...
He played, but yeah, he wasn't getting...
He didn't start, yeah.
No.
Kennedy Brooks.
They rotated a lot at running back. They kept rotating around.
They have a stable.
Trey didn't get any carries.
Really?
It was just Kennedy Brooks and Stevenson.
He didn't get any at all?
He must have like
Pledge.
had a bad week, maybe mispractice or something. Because
Yeah.
Sermon's really good.
No stats here.
Interesting.
Yeah, I remember Brooks starting. I remember Ramondre Stevenson coming in,
Yeah.
shredding us. All right, so we understand that we played terrible. OU was clearly a
End of the day.
a better team, more physical, better prepared, better coached.
Better disciplined.
Oh yeah.
We were so undisciplined.
Mm-hmm.
Like it really looked like one of those Charlie Strong
Yeah, man.
teams where we're just
Oh, it was
outmatched,
exactly
just
like
praying
that.
to make it like a close game.
It was
Yeah.
exactly
That's
like
exactly
that.
what it was, and we haven't had that feeling since maybe
Charlie Strong.
the TCU Charlie Strong's last game as a coach against TCU.
You're right.
That's what it felt like. I don't know how he only lost by 7. It should have been like at least 21 points.
Oh yeah,
But
easily.
now we pivot to the question: if we were to somehow like run the table or get into the Big 12 championship in a rematch with OU, are you confident that we could beat this team?
I don't know. I've lost confidence in it. Like I'm not saying that we can't beat them because I feel like we can. Like if we play up to our potential and what we're capable of playing,
Yeah.
I think we certainly can beat them. The problem is in this game, even though we only lost by 7, it was clear from a visual standpoint that we just got smacked around by OU. And like I said, I believe that OU played a sloppy game on their part. Like if they're
Offensively,
playing,
yes.
yeah, offensively, not defensively. Offensively, yes. If they fix their kinks, and I trust Lincoln Riley from an offensive standpoint way more than I trust, this Texas team from an offensive standpoint. At least when it comes to making adjustments and fixing things, like I don't know, like even if we play up to our potential, like Oklahoma's gonna play. I'll bet on that much more than I'll bet on Texas when it comes to a potential rematch that they'll play a lot better. And they're going to look at tendencies. And look, it's going to take Tom Herman he's got to look himself in the mirror and the rest of his coaching staff and be like, hey, we got to make some actual changes.
Yeah.
Because they strike me at this point as a staff that isn't willing to do that. You know, like they seem to be like, oh, we got our thing going. We're fine. We'll
stick to the book.
Yeah, exactly. And look, they need to like even against Baylor and Iowa State. Like I know that they definitely aren't the team that Oklahoma is, but like even TCU, like if they don't make adjustments,
that's not a give me.
Yeah. None of these games are gimmies anymore.
Yeah.
So they got to do that.
And the fact that Baylor's 6-0 right now, and we have to play them there.
Yeah.
And we already have our one conference loss, and we still have at Iowa State. Like missing the Big 12 championship, I think Baylor's actually favored to be in the Big 12 championship.
As of right now, they definitely are.
Like I saw a bowl projection, and it has them versus like Bama in the Sugar Bowl.
Too.
I was like, okay, like, this can't happen.
Actually, that's silly.
This can't happen. We cannot have Baylor go take our spot. Like,
I remember the last episode when we first made our predictions, was saying if you had to put a gun to my head, who would I pick? I'd pick OU. And then if we did meet these guys again, the only way I would pick us to win, in a Big 12 championship setting, is if maybe Bedlam did not go OU's way at all at the end of the year, which I still think could happen a little bit.
Definitely.
Oklahoma State definitely has the firepower to not match them, but at least keep up with them. I do think we have to watch out for these little. They're gonna be big games, like these upcoming ones against. Like obviously, we're not gonna have any problems with Kansas, but it's just one of those games. Where,
wait! Don't say that. Don't say that.
No! I'm not saying.
We'll get into that.
We'll get into that, but we're gonna have like games like we're gonna have.
K-State at home should.
We're gonna have scares still.
That'll be fine.
You know what I mean?
Oh, definitely.
The last 3 games scare me to death.
Yes, exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Oklahoma State
So
was scary.
when people are making predictions that Baylor's gonna be in the Big 12 championship, I really think it just comes down how we do,
how we take care of it,
how we take care of it, and how we look too. I don't know.
I
was really gonna base this game for me. The Red River rivalry. It was gonna be a launching point in like how we're gonna perceive ourselves with like the rest of the season. You know
definitely.
what I mean? If we won, I'm not overconfident, but definitely more confident that we could run the table right now.
Yeah,
we've shown that we don't adapt and we're easy. We don't get up for games sometimes, and we can definitely slip one. So I don't know.
Yeah.
We put it in the show notes like. I'm sad.
Yeah,
I'm just
we're very sad,
man.
As you can see from our thumbnail.
Yeah.
Y'all haven't seen the thumbnail yet, but it's pretty fun.
Tom Herman in his press conference, the first thing he said was, "The sun came up Sunday morning. We're moving past it." I'm like, I don't know, Tom. I'm really sad right now.
This is
like
like
the sun never came down.
I don't even feel like we have a game this coming week.
Yeah, I'm miserable. I've not been on ESPN. I've not listened to podcasts. Nothing.
No,
so.
absolutely.
Like I bet a bunch of y'all don't even listen to this podcast because y'all are that sad. But once we hopefully beat Kansas, we'll be back on track.
Yeah, we just need a pick me up, man. We really do.
And
if it wasn't for those throwback uniforms dropping this week, like
I have nothing else.
Like I mean, they are like selling those uniforms. Like I've seen like they've done at least 10 posts.
They're trying
about that damn
this is
uniform.
no
And I mean, cool. You know, it's a great uniform and all.
Did you see
but
the players'
Jesus.
like response? Like
yeah, they did seem like indifferent.
Oh, nice.
They look good.
No, they look good, but I know that when you hear alternate jersey, you think it's looking to switch it up a little. The only thing that's different about this jersey just took off a few patches.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
The Texas is gone.
I like the helmet though.
Texas.
The helmet's nice, and I like that you're talking about the brown logo.
Dude, it's better.
The brown logo.
The brown Longhorn on the helmet.
I didn't really notice that until you pointed it out.
Yeah, I like it.
All the people listening to this podcast will notice that. All the old heads know. Like the brown logo is where it's at.
Yeah,
but
that's
Vince Young and all them wore. Yeah.
That's dope.
When did they change it?
Yeah, wait, hold on.
Because I remember that Charlie Strong changed it to like that.
The metallic.
That's
one.
when it changed.
Metallic
And
one.
it never went back.
But no, it
2014.
did go back.
It went back, but it's like orange now. It's not brown.
Okay. So they went away from the metallic.
It was brown. Oh my
brown,
god,
bro.
dude. I like it.
You
It's
gotta
like
do
more
that.
rustic looking, cowboyish.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But-
I dig them going back to the black socks and black shoes in general.
When they made a big deal about that. It was
Yeah.
funny. I don't know.
Nah,
Are y'all into that? I mean,
No, I'm
totally
fine.
off topic.
No, I know. Yeah,
But
that's fine.
Black
no,
socks.
I love the
I like
black
it.
shoes. I don't have White Sox black shoes, but black shoes are a must with the
Yeah.
orange uniforms.
Yeah, actually,
Black
I think I
shoes.
might want
I like the
the
black
white socks.
What I don't like is that they wear like
black shoes are
orange-
dope though.
They
Yeah,
need to
for sure.
like they need to coordinate better. Like if you're wearing black shoes and black socks, you gotta have black gloves. But instead they always wear like burnt
yeah,
orange or
actually,
white or
yeah.
something,
Yeah.
and that throws it off. Totally off topic, but
No, I like this topic
This is
more.
important.
yeah.
Yeah.
I like this topic more.
This is more enjoyable than talking about us losing to OU and
Yeah,
us losing to
OU
Kansas.
better team than us. They were
is what it
by
is.
far better coached, better prepared, more physical. So
Lucky
Yeah.
to only lose by 7.
right.
We move on.
And could have and had a chance to win the game. Like another great onside kick by Dicker that I think could have been recovered. Like
it just wasn't fat. We weren't fast
honestly,
enough.
like no, like if Brennan Eagles sold out, literally, like he was literally alone. And I mean, granted, like he was like maybe 2 yards shy of where the ball landed and went out of bounds. But if he goes a little bit faster, he literally could catch that ball and take
Might
off
take
to
it.
the end zone and take it all the way to the house. I'm not kidding. That was the first thing that went through my mind was like, oh my god, like that was literally a touchdown. So I mean, good to know that Dicker, he made his field goals and
Onside kicks.
big time pressure, and then onside kicks he's
Heard
good
of
at.
onside
Onside
kicking.
kicks
But
are a
for
dying
crying
breed,
out
man.
loud,
They don't work.
we
Yeah.
can't recover the damn things, even though they're perfect.
You have more chance getting struck by lightning than getting an onside kick. They're talking about this a lot in the NFL, in the Monday night game.
Without you can't line up
Yeah.
more than 5 guys on one side
so
of the
like
ball.
it's really odds are really against you. I've heard other things where
But Dicker's still doing it so well.
no, he can do it. You can. The biggest key is having a kicker that can actually hit it. Most people don't even have kickers
Right.
that can do that.
We haven't in the past.
I know. I like one idea kind of is like instead of a kickoff, like if you want to do something like that, you start on like a 4th and 15 or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you get one shot.
Or you do one of those sky kicks.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Which,
Or
I don't know. I'm
split.
not totally sold on the idea, but I kind of just like the idea. It gives you more of a chance to come back. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know.
Yeah. Any other things on Texas OU that we missed?
I'm just hoping we get to rematch them and knock
think
them out
we
of the
will, man.
playoffs.
I think
No,
we will.
I was betting man. I would bet on us,
expect
Yeah.
us
but
to rematch.
it's gonna be tough.
I really don't think Baylor's. I don't. They're not.
No.
They're gonna lose this
They're
weekend.
gonna
I think.
lose.
There's so many-
Yeah, I think they're gonna lose this weekend, and
They still have to play
we
us
still gotta play
and
them.
OU.
We're still a better team than them. They still don't. They still haven't played really that good of talent, in my opinion. They haven't been tested. I still look back at that Rice game where you know what I mean. You should if you're gonna
Yeah.
beat Rice, beat them by 30 or something. But I don't know. That's another.
And this brings up a good point. Now that we've lost 2 games, we're no longer controlling our own destiny in the Big 12. Well, we still do, but like, there's no more room for error. I want to see how our team reacts. We're gonna go into that Baylor game with them circled on the schedule now, and at Iowa State circled. We're not gonna be just like
We'll be paying
sleeping
attention. That's true.
with 1 loss.
Right.
We actually have to like take care of business if we
we won't
want to.
be pumping our
win the
chest
Big 12.
as if we did beat
Yeah.
OU. I
So
feel
we got
like
humbled,
would.
and I think we'll react well. I mean, all the players are still saying they want to win the Big 12. That's the main goal. It's still out there.
It's still a definite goal.
But I just want to see how the team reacts.
I don't
And
know.
this Kansas game will go a long way. I want to see us go and let's just beat Kansas handily. No funny business. No just giving up touchdowns on defense. Just miss tackles. None of that. So
We gotta get back to playing the level that we're capable of playing, because we haven't done that since Rice. I'm not like Oklahoma State. That was a sloppy game that we won by a touchdown that was stupidly close that we should have won by more.
Yeah.
West Virginia was a sloppy game. Granted we won by more than 10, but still, there was a lot of bad stuff about that. And I think in both of those games we were like, yeah, that's fine, but that's just because we haven't been playing our level of ball, and at least we're winning these games. But we do another sloppy performance against OU, and that ends in a loss. They need to turn. They need to fix a whole bunch of stuff in a hurry, because another loss is gonna. There's another impending loss that'll come up if they don't straighten all this stuff out.
And I think we will. I trust our leadership and our team with Sam and our
Yeah.
captains. But man, it looks terrible right now.
Yeah.
Nobody expected us to just go get physically dominated. I think Herman said in the press conference, it's the first time we've been physically outmatched since he's probably been here.
Right.
So
Yeah.
Bad stuff.
Yeah.
All right.
On
right.
Kansas.
Let's do it. Kansas, led by quarterback Curtis
Carter.
Carter.
No, you know his name. You know his
I'm
name.
gonna say Curtis.
I'm
Stanley.
gonna be honest. I don't know his name.
Carter Stanley and Puka Williams and the Mad Hatter.
Puka.
And that boy Les Miles.
Yeah.
He won't be able to pull any grass up and eat. But
Nah,
granted,
he'll get some
he can't
pebbles.
do that
He'll get
really
some
anywhere
turf
in the Big
pebbles.
12.
I mean,
yeah. Outside of Oklahoma, are there any like natural fields
No.
in the Big 12?
TCU.
TCU. Like grass fields.
Yeah, grass fields.
Iowa State.
I think Iowa
Your
State's
grass
turf.
field, turf
Oh,
board.
they turf. Okay.
Oh, grass field every
Grass.
day.
Grass, right? Yeah.
Grass
No
for
one
sure.
likes turf.
Turf is like razors.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah,
It's
no.
You get the
carpet.
pellets stuck
Played
in your
that
shoes.
down in high school. It no
that
fun.
sucks.
That was
yeah.
awful.
Your socks just get covered
Shit,
in that.
shit also
stuff.
heats up to like 120 degrees.
Yeah, that
Bakes
too.
you, bro.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, you
Thank
get
you.
burned.
Thank you. Grass field.
Elbow burn. Yeah, like
I'd rather get a grass cut than a turf cut.
easily.
Anyways, Kansas. We're playing Kansas.
Yeah.
At home.
Yeah.
Prime time, 6 p.m.
Longhorn Network. Everyone's gonna be watching, obviously.
Yeah. No, this is definitely a big.
Throwback unis,
Yeah.
man.
I mean, probably one of those games. I feel like we always had like throwback unis against Kansas or low.
yeah,
we did
a
in
few years ago.
2015.
Yeah,
they did
right?
For that,
Yeah.
for
They were clean.
Freddie Steinmark game or something
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
Favored
That movie.
by 21. Was it 21 and a half or 21?
I think it was 21 and a half when I last checked, but
Right now it's 21.
it's dropping.
I mean, I don't think Kansas is gonna do anything
I mean, they have a good machine.
special against us.
I could see them shredding us up on on offense. Like,
I don't doubt that
I
they can move the
expect
ball
that.
now.
That's what I'm
They
saying.
can move the ball now.
yeah, you're
especially
right about
with
that.
Malcolm Roach out.
First half, yeah.
You know, first half of the game.
Which is
and then
ridiculous.
McCulloch's
I don't
out.
know. Yeah, McCulloch's out too.
Stop, guys. Let's not talk ourselves
so
into a
injured.
Kansas upset.
Oh no, I'm not saying that you're gonna upset.
Okay.
I would be shocked if.
But
they
not
upset it.
21 though.
I don't.
Not
I don't
21
think.
points?
I don't think we're gonna cover.
That's what this man's been saying.
I don't
know.
If you don't cover, I'll
I'm
be
just being honest.
You don't see us winning, I don't know, 45 to like
21.
21, 17,
We're gonna give up more than 21.
28, 24.
I have
I mean, you
hopping
just-
ahead.
Yeah, just
I
hop ahead,
have.
man. We have
I have.
nothing to talk about Kansas.
Yeah, we can
I
get the
have-
picks right now.
Yeah.
I have us winning 45-27. I don't see us scoring more than 45. I
Honestly,
think
dude,
we're
I
too
can't see
slow
that.
paced. We're too
It just
basic.
lives-
We'll
seems
put
like
up
a believable
45.
score.
You know,
It
it'll be a
does,
good
yeah.
I'm
game.
gonna see something.
27. We're gonna give up a bunch of. We're gonna give
Let's
up
do
a bunch of
research right
touchdowns
now,
on the
live on
ground. Our run defense did not show up against OU, and it's not going to be.
OU.
I don't think it'll be all. I mean, I hope that they turn it around, but I mean, with Roach, out for the first half, I don't know.
I still think we
Puka's elite.
have the better athletes.
Oh yeah, I mean Carter Stanley's. He's
Nah.
not that great, but I mean he does throw
He's
the ball
wild.
downfield.
I love
he's a
watching him
gunslinger,
play. He's been there
bro.
forever, but he'll go
Plays
in there.
with reckless
He's literally
abandon.
a gunslinger. Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
he's crazy with it.
Which
fun to watch.
I don't
Yeah.
know, like that might expose us in a bit of a way.
Yeah, I'm looking at the
Secondary
schedule.
hasn't been all that great.
TCU, when they hosted Kansas, they won 51-14.
Yep.
So they put up 51 points on
But
them.
TCU's got a good defense.
Yeah.
Kansas hasn't scored higher. The highest it scored was 48, and that was against Boston College. So I don't think.
But is our defense all that great?
I don't know. I mean, the Big 12 opponents, the highest they scored is 24
Against West Virginia.
against West Virginia.
And that was at home.
But their defense is better than our defense. When you say.
Probably.
Actually, no.
But they were at home. They're coming to DKR. Different, different environment.
I don't care. Look. My confidence in Texas has dropped
I mean,
a
I
lot
don't
since
blame
this
you, bro.
game.
I'm just trying to put some hair in your chest right
yeah,
now.
I'm trying to argue the other side of
I'm
it.
trying to be hopeful right now. If TCU put 51 on them, and
They put 51 on us?
No, TCU put 51 on Kansas.
I know. That's
Oh,
a lot.
that's a lot.
For a horrible offense.
And then Oklahoma put 45. At minimum, West Virginia put 29. Okay, I'm going 48. 48 to 48. Honestly, what's stopping us from going winning this game 48 to like 24?
Nothing's stopping us.
Exactly.
That's pretty much what.
Yeah, but ourselves,
have.
like really, like
Right.
Yo, All right. So 48-24. That would mean that we'd covered.
I definitely think we covered.
Okay.
That's why I picked that score.
Yeah,
I think we
I
covered.
agree that we cover because I think we have to cover. I think we need to come out here and make a.
I feel like this is a
bounce
real.
back.
Yeah, exactly.
If we
Like,
come out here and have a close game in the third quarter with Kansas, that's going to be an
the
issue.
old Texas would make this game not close, but like not. The old Texas would make sure that Kansas covered their part.
Like what's old Texas? Like Charlie Strong
Yeah.
or year one Tom Herman?
Yeah, like
Not Mac Brown old.
Yeah.
Texas.
Okay, not Mac Brown.
Yeah. I'm talking. Okay, the Charlie Strong
Charlie, Texas.
where I started being cognizant of of Texas football, which is like in high school.
Yeah.
So yeah, Charlie Strong, first year Tom Herman. We did those years. We definitely.
This is a game that we win like 35-30 or something weird. 35-28.
Yeah, exactly.
Just-
We're like we win because at the end we have better athletes. You know what I
But
mean?
we're just like, oh god, yeah.
If I believe in Sam and if I believe that Texas is back,
Sorry, you
Then
can't say that anymore.
we are back.
We're
I don't
going
know.
to.
Can you?
I mean,
not say that
I mean, we can
anymore?
still say it. Like, we're still gonna win 10 games. I hope.
Yeah, exactly.
I hope.
You can't say that if
Yeah.
you're going like 8 and like 4 or 7
If
and
we-
It's not out of
5.
the question
If
for
we
us.
don't
though.
win, if we
You
don't
need to
win
stop
the Big
that
12
right now.
If we don't win the Big 12, we gotta at least win whatever
Sugar Bowl.
bowl game we're in.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. So
Otherwise, yeah,
it's
that's
gonna
my
be a
prediction.
disappointing
We definitely cover.
all right, I think we cover 2. I think we drop 52 points on them,
Ooh.
Yes.
and we win 52-20.
Let's go.
52-20.
Have we scored that
emphatic
much
win.
all year though?
No, but we're going to because we're angry.
Yes.
Okay.
What about you, Trevor?
I already said
Oh, that's right.
45-27.
45-27. There you have it.
Lock it in.
All right.
Moving on.
If
Well,
we have
no,
trouble
no.
with this team, then we have issues.
Right,
Can't
we're
say
in
the
for a
show.
world of problems. I do want to point out though, there's a cornerback on Kansas's team whose last name is Defense,
Hashan defense. Let's
Are
go.
you
Defense.
kidding me? Never mind.
and he
bro.
leads the team with a pick.
Oh,
He's
We
got
might
one
lose
pick.
this game. They have defense on defense.
They have defense
Jesus.
on defense.
that's hype, bro. We need a receiver named offense.
I know. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
That's great recruiting right there.
Yeah,
Strictly
just
name.
doesn't offer him because of his name.
Yeah.
Right.
Like that's got to be good
Yeah.
juju for your team.
Yeah.
All right, so Kansas pretty much in the bag. We're not going to spend time on it because
No one
y'all
wants
don't
to
care
hear
about
it.
it. We don't care about
No one
it.
gives a-
We should win this game. So,
Yeah.
all right, let's look around the country though. There's a few good matchups this week.
Mm-hmm.
College game day is going to Michigan at Penn State in State College. So, personally, I think Michigan's going to win this game. I can't really explain it. I think Michigan kind of trash, but I just feel like Michigan's going to win this game. I think Penn State hasn't been tested fully yet, and I think that Michigan defense is going to stifle their quarterback, whatever his name is, Clifford. So I'm taking Michigan right here
I think that
on the road.
yeah. On the road. I forgot about that.
It's tough.
It is tough. I think Michigan's like what on a 3-game win streak right now.
They beat
2 or
Iowa.
3.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let me look that up real quick.
They blew out Rutgers,
Right,
59-0
yeah.
or whatever.
I can't type right now. All right. One.
I mean, they definitely look
Yeah.
better.
Yeah, they definitely look better. They played. I guess they played a real defensive game with Iowa, and then took care of business with Illinois. So I kind of like what you were saying that Penn State hasn't been tested a lot this year.
No.
7 right now for a ranking right now. Penn State seems a little crazy.
I mean, they're undefeated, and they did beat their one ranked team on the road.
That's
Iowa.
fair.
I mean,
that's fair.
they've done what they're supposed to do, but
I don't know, but maybe I'm giving Michigan too much credit. I saw someone really not bashing, but saying maybe the receivers were the problem. They had like a combined like 50 catches or something like that, which it was. I don't know, it was 50, but it was low. So
Yeah.
it still gives me a little cause for concern. But I think I'll take Michigan too.
dang, 2 Michigan picks.
Yeah.
I thought I was gonna be like the wild one with Michigan.
No, I just don't like
Yeah.
Penn State straight up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I just feel like they're frauds.
Might be biased as hell. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to pick Michigan too, but I feel like that'd be
That'd be
a bit
weird
foolish
if we
for
all
us
picked the
to
underdog.
pick Michigan, yeah. So
No.
I'll go with Penn State. I'll give them the home field advantage.
That's fair.
It's going to be a big whiteout game,
That's fair.
probably, right?
Yeah, definitely. At night, it's tough to win over.
Honestly, I want to watch that on TV.
Yeah.
there. Yeah, it'll be good.
Something
But
like
we got freaking Kansas.
Never mind.
Why? I don't even.
At prime time.
Like, why are we playing Kansas at night? Like,
Right.
Whatever.
Whatever.
Okay. All right. So, Michigan, Penn State. That should be a good game on ABC, I think. Oregon, Washington, some Pac-12 action. Two of the better teams in the North. It's at Washington in a beautiful stadium. Underrated home field advantage for Washington. And Washington just lost to Stanford recently, and Oregon's kind of blew out Colorado last week.
What the hell?
No one expected that, especially not Matt Madrid, who bet on Colorado to cover.
45-3, dude. Who would have thought? Like, what?
Like, I didn't expect that.
Like, who?
Colorado's good, low key.
No, yeah. Colorado has a good passing offense, bro.
They beat Nebraska.
Yes, exactly. I don't know. I didn't expect them to win, but I didn't expect them to only score 3 points. So I don't know. That's weird. I really like Jacob. Oh wait, you can go first, man. My bad.
No, you go.
All right, fine, whatever. I really like Jacob Eason. I really like what's his name, Salvin Ahmad.
Yeah.
I mean,
they got players.
They got players. I think their defense is still really good.
They always have great DBs.
Yeah, exactly. Oregon, I mean, I'd give them the quarterback edge still with Herbert. Although Oregon just lost their Breland, right? He's out for the season. You didn't know that? I'm almost positive. Hold on. Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna ask you a question. You need to answer it. Who's Breland?
It's the leading receiver. Oh, it's tight end for
leg out for season
for Oregon. Yeah, he was the leading receiver.
That's gonna swing it.
That might swing it, bro.
That's gonna swing it on. That could swing it.
I don't know. When you have that big of a target go down
on the road.
On the road, it reminds me of that one receiver, the track star they had.
Oh yeah,
you know
like the white black guy.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. I forget his name.
It's like Keenan Allen or something like that.
No. Huh. Anyways, that might swing it for me a little bit, and I feel like Washington always gives people trouble, and they're at home. I'll take Washington.
Washington, nice. What about you, Trevor?
I'm taking Oregon outright. That's actually one of my locks for the week, based off of their performance and Washington's performance the previous weeks. It's only a 2.5 point spread with Oregon. I think they're definitely going to cover that and win by at least a touchdown. But yeah, I'm very confident that Oregon will win this game.
Yeah, I agree with you. I'm taking Oregon as well. I think Justin Herbert is just a better quarterback than Jacob Eason. And what I saw a few weeks ago, I don't know if it was last week or the week before, Stanford against Washington. Like, what the heck was that? Stanford just dominated Washington, and Oregon's been taking care of business since they played Auburn. And I think
they've been putting up points.
I think Oregon keeps the Pac-12's slim playoff hopes alive, I guess.
The slimmest.
Not really. They're not going either way, but
yeah,
they keep that one-loss Pac-12 team in play. So Oregon, lock it up. All right, another Pac-12 game. We go Pac-12 South now.
Yes, sir.
Arizona State travels to Utah. That's a fun game. Herm Edwards.
Let me see. Arizona State. You can go first, Matt.
I'll go first. So I'm picking Utah to win this game, but I think Arizona State covers, and they're giving Utah a lot of points here. It's Utah minus 13.
Yeah.
So that's actually one of my locks.
They're giving a lot of points.
Arizona State, man, they beat some good temes. They beat Michigan State.
They've hung in with a lot of teams too.
Yeah, they're a good team. What are they? 4-1, 5-1. Dang. So
5-1. Yeah, the same record as Utah.
Yeah, and they beat Washington State last week. So, man, I'll take Utah, but I think it's going to be a close one. And I wouldn't be surprised to see Arizona State win and they're ranked 17. Dang,
yeah, exactly.
They're making noise. Herm Edwards. Yeah, who would have thought?
Jaden Daniels is really coming.
He's a beast.
Yeah, I think is he redshirt?
No, he's a true freshman.
He's a true freshman. Yeah, he's really coming to his own in the second half or middle of the season. I think it could be. With Benjamin and the receiving core Arizona State has, I think it could be not high scoring, but high scoring enough that could favor Arizona. But Utah's at home, so that's kind of tough with the defense and all. I think I want to keep my trend of being a little bit different, and I think I'm gonna take Herm Edwards and the Sun Devils in this one.
Dude, I'd be a fan of that.
Good.
Yeah,
that'd be dope.
Good. I'm sticking with Utah as well, but I see it being like a 3-point game.
Yeah, man,
like a field goal type game. I mean, Arizona State has shown me a lot Utah.
Yeah,
I don't know. They've been good, but at the same time, I expected them, I think, to be a little bit more dominant than what they've been this year. So, yeah, I have it being a close game. Utah wins.
Yeah, that'll be a good game. I'm actually kind of interested in that one. Rarely do I care about Pac-12 games, but that'll be fun. All right, we're gonna finish up with 2 Big 12 games. Some of like the middle tier. I guess Baylor's upper tier now. Now we're middle tier, whatever. But Baylor at Oklahoma State. This is a spot where Baylor struggled in Stillwater recently. Oklahoma State. I think it's a night game. I'm not entirely sure. It might not be. But this is one of those dangerous spots for Baylor. It's tough to win in Stillwater. We know that.
Definitely.
We just lost there. We always lose there. So, who you got? Baylor just lost their leading tackler. Their heart of their defense, Clay Johnston. So,
That's the problem.
and Baylor's been getting by the skin of their teeth recently.
Exactly.
Yeah, they have.
And I feel like Oklahoma State's a team that can kind of just tear them up offensively, just kind of open it up and win this game just outright. Maybe even win by a few scores.
Yeah. Does that mean you take Oklahoma State?
Yeah, I'm taking Oklahoma State.
I mean, yeah. This is one of those games where I think to myself, we got Mike Gundy, we got Spencer Sanders, we got Chuba Hubbard, we got Tyler Wallace at home.
Explode.
At home, tell me why they can't put up at least 400 yards of offense, bro. Like,
Yeah.
and just have one of those games where you just pop off.
Yeah.
And Baylor, I don't think I trust that defense enough to stop them at all. So I think this is the first time Baylor loses this season.
Mhm.
Taking
I
Oklahoma
hope
State,
so.
and for some reason this feels easy to me, and it definitely isn't. It definitely shouldn't be, but I don't know. I don't think Baylor can contain an at-home Cowboys team.
Yeah.
Oklahoma State, they've had kind of a rough start to the season, some rough breaks, and I feel like this is a game where it kind of comes together and they get a big win like they always seem to do.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So,
Yeah.
Oklahoma State.
what about you, Trevor?
I really want to pick Oklahoma State, but I kind of have this thing going where I keep picking against Baylor blatantly, and they keep showing me up.
Damn.
And I keep making locks against Baylor, and they keep
Damn.
failing. So I feel like I owe it to the Bears that I go ahead and stick with them and ride with them. So I have them winning a close game. Another kind of, I wouldn't say lucky game, because I wouldn't say that Baylor's gotten lucky, but I mean, in some ways they have.
Yeah, that fumble against Texas Tech was really...
That was lucky.
Yeah.
But other games, I wouldn't say so much. But yeah, close game. Baylor wins.
Yeah. I hope you're wrong.
I hope I'm
we
wrong,
need
too.
Baylor to lose.
We
now.
do.
know.
We
We're
do.
back in the system.
I don't want them to win.
So,
know.
yeah, that'll be a fun game.
I don't feel confident in picking. They need to lose at least one game for me to start picking against them again. So
That's fair.
All right, last game we're going to pick. Iowa State travels to Lubbock. Texas Tech. This is an interesting game.
This is a weird game.
Whenever these teams play in Lubbock, I always feel like it's just
you don't know.
like, what's going on here? Why is
gonna
Iowa
be
State
offense.
playing at Texas Tech right now?
Yeah,
In Lubbock.
that's the farthest travel.
It's just a
I
weird
think,
matchup in general.
that
Like,
they have to do.
like, why are these teams in the same conference together?
Yeah.
No, yeah,
But
that's a big trip.
yeah, so I don't know. I like Iowa State here. They got that big win last week against who was it against?
West Virginia.
Yeah, they won at West Virginia pretty handily.
3-14, yeah.
So yeah, I'll take Iowa State. It's like I've been saying, Matt Campbell's gonna get it going, and it feels like he started to get it going. So a big day for Brock Purdy. Their offense is tearing it up recently, and I think they'll keep it going against Tech. But I think Tech might jump out early to a lead with Jet Duffy, who's actually been playing pretty well, and TJ Voucher, all them. But Iowa State.
Yeah,
That's a fair pick. I feel like this is around this time, or the last 2 games actually for Iowa State. Brock Purdy has really turned it on. He's been a little bit more consistent than he was at the beginning of the year. I think he's a little bit more than a game manager at this point. But I think about Texas Tech right now, and they just beat Oklahoma State 45-35. Was it this past week? I think. Yeah, so that really kind of let me
They lost to Baylor this week, but
yeah.
the prior, the prior game,
2 weeks ago. My bad. 45-35, and then they lost to Baylor 33-30. So these teams are really weird to me. I wouldn't be surprised if Texas Tech, like you said, does jump out to an early lead, but I can see Iowa State winning a close one here. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna pick Iowa State too.
yeah. Same sentiments for me. I feel like Iowa State's gonna win. Close game. I do expect Tech to put up a fight. They've been looking better than I would have ever expected.
Yeah, especially with Jet Duffy. Which is
Yeah,
kind of weird.
did not expect that at all.
But he's still a backup, so still no love.
Yeah, and Iowa State's really kind of been coming up again, and I feel like this is a game that suits Iowa State well, with how their team is structured and everything. So I don't know. I feel confident in Iowa State winning the game.
Yeah.
It'd be nice for Tech to win this game and get both Texas Tech and Iowa State at 2 losses in conference. That would just be good for us.
That'd be great.
Because we're trying to get that 2nd seed now. So
Yeah.
hopefully Tech wins, but I think Iowa State gets it done.
Mm-hmm.
All right. On to the locks.
Yes, sir.
Which are also abysmal,
Well,
at least for me.
do we want to cover Week 7 college football real brief?
Yeah, we can talk about what happened
We'll talk
last
about
week.
it real quick though. 'Cause
Yeah.
not a ton of amazing things happened. Florida finally falls to LSU. That was a good game.
It was a good game. It was
watched
closer than you thought it was
Yeah,
going to be,
I
too.
did not expect that
surprised.
at all.
Florida
Florida
doesn't look too bad.
No.
They look pretty good.
2 quarterback system. Their defense played pretty well, but their offense is really what shocked me. I didn't expect them to hang with LSU, especially on the road. So I don't know. Maybe we're not giving Florida enough credit.
Yeah, that's
At
true.
least I'm not. And
Dan
I keep
Mullen's a good coach,
crapping
man.
on him.
Dan Mullen is a good coach.
Yeah. So that's impressive. Something to look at. And then Georgia losing to South Carolina. Triple
Something I
overtime.
didn't see.
I don't know. Didn't Georgia play like another like kind of close game earlier in the season that we were like,
Did they?
maybe not. Maybe I'm thinking of a different team.
Hold on.
I don't know. I think Georgia's. I mean Notre Dame.
Yeah, but Notre Dame's a good team.
Yeah. No, I think that they handle the teams they're supposed to handle so far.
I must be mistaken then.
Yeah, the only close game
Might
was
be thinking
the
of
other one was
Florida.
Notre Dame. Yeah.
But yeah, the SEC East is really interesting now because
Mizzou
you
number
have
1.
Mizzou who hasn't lost, and all they really have to do is beat Florida because if they lose to Georgia, I'm assuming Georgia loses again to either Auburn or Florida. All they have to do is really beat Florida and then handle like the Kentuckys and all the other teams they're supposed to play. And I think they can walk into the SEC championship game, which would be really cool, which would be great to get just one team in the playoff in the SEC, not like 3 or 2.
Right.
So
Yeah, man.
I'm down for Missouri to mess things up. And,
Make some noise.
Good for Will Muschamp, man. Finally got a win. Thought he was supposed to get fired, but Ryan Helinski, good quarterback, freshman. So yeah, good win for South Carolina. Nobody expected that. Georgia fans are depressed, and I love it.
I'm all for that.
Yeah.
Alabama took care of business against A&M.
Good for them.
Yeah.
Did they cover? Yeah, they did.
They did cover.
Did.
Never.
So
never.
Not that much though, but
Yeah, man.
A&M scored more
You
than
got
I
all those big
expected.
games at Cal Field, bro. We
I
just
don't
don't
know.
know anything about
I don't
that.
know. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't
even
know
know
about this
anything
Bama
about that.
team.
You don't know about them?
I know. Well,
Wait,
I do
wait.
know a little bit about them, but I don't know. Their defense isn't what it used to be.
They've done a
so-
180 on their football.
I don't know.
They've adapted to the new age of
Yeah.
football.
Yeah.
I'm a new age because it's been
I'm
happening in the
really-
Big 12
I mean,
forever.
that- I think it's on everyone's calendar, but that LSU Alabama game, looking forward to that.
Yeah, 1
'cause
versus 2
that-
right now.
It
that
won't
might
be-
a track meet.
What was that one?
It's-
You
yeah.
know what I'm talking about?
It's
Oh, the
2011.
national championship
Yeah.
game.
They were 1 versus 2 regular season, but they
Oh.
played twice. They were 1 versus 2 at Bama. And the score was like 9-6. LSU won.
Yeah.
They might put up 96 points like
Yeah,
together.
it might be this
Yeah.
exact opposite
This
of
is
this
Love
game.
to see
Yeah.
that.
Of that game, which
That's-
is finally good for once.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. Any other ones that were
Notre
reasonable?
Dame nearly
Yeah,
lost to
Notre
USC, but I guess that's a rivalry game. I found that funny on Twitter.
Which
like
one?
there was like with Fox covering the Red River Showdown this week, like they were doing like all these polls and stuff, and they're like, who's the biggest? What's the biggest rivalry game? And like they had Texas OU as one of them. They had the Iron Bowl. They had Ohio State, Michigan, and then they had like other. And I expected like a lot of people to be like, oh, Army Navy like is the other, the fourth biggest rivalry. But there were a lot of fans that were like Notre Dame USC, and I'm like, shut up. 2 great programs, yeah, but
Yeah,
I don't
see that
know.
being
I
a
mean,
great one.
maybe USC and maybe Notre Dame feel that way about each other, but I think from a nationals perspective, I mean, maybe it used to be that way, but
I'm glad you bring this up because I was going to make a point earlier in the show. speaking of Ohio State, Michigan, that rivalry versus OU Texas, there were a bunch of, I don't know if y'all saw them, there were a bunch of Ohio State and Michigan fans at the game checking out the Red River rivalry,
Really?
the Cotton Bowl. Yeah, I
didn't
saw
notice
at
that.
least 6 or 7 people wearing Michigan jerseys or
No
Ohio
way.
State jerseys.
Wow,
Yeah.
I did not.
And
see
I assume
that.
they come down and check out and compare the atmospheres and everything.
Yeah.
Which is something I want to do. I want to go see the Ohio State Michigan game in person one time.
Yeah.
But
They were asking Jalen Hurts what he thought about comparing this to the Iron Bowl.
I've been there before.
He didn't. Yeah, he didn't really say anything about it. He's just like, oh, they're
they're different.
both good.
I want
it's
both.
typical
Yeah.
rat poison. Rat poison question.
One thing we were all right about this last week. Wisconsin beating Michigan State, just
Oh, yeah.
beating
the
down
brakes off them.
38-0. Like,
Shutting them
I'm
out.
gonna honestly say, like, I knew it.
I knew-
I freaking knew it. Like,
Lewerke.
Lewerke 7 for 16. They put the backup in. Did he get hurt or they just bench his ass?
They must have benched him, but he didn't do much better.
Yeah, they put up. They have 2 quarterbacks to put up the identical
cannot.
scores. I mean, we told you that was gonna happen. They just defense is good, but the offense is gonna sputter.
Yeah, and Arkansas lost to Kentucky. Kentucky's terrible.
Yeah,
They don't even have a
Arkansas's
quarterback.
terrible too, so.
Well, yeah, I know. So Chad Morris still has not won a game like a Power 5 team. Not at SMU, not at Arkansas. What is this, like his 4th year, 5th year as a head coach? They have to fire him immediately. Like it's a joke how bad they are, and it's crazy how that must be A&M. But yeah, so Arkansas is literally in shambles, which is kind of funny because they hate us more than most teams hate us, and their fans are wild. So prayers for Arkansas.
Hey, prayers up, bro.
Tennessee.
There you go.
They pulled the upset against Hail State. They made me some money last week.
Nice.
So
Nice.
I'm down for. Now I play Bama this week. That'll be funny.
2-4.
No, like Tennessee might make some noise against Bama. Like low key.
Oh my
Low key.
God.
Dude, Jeremy Pruitt said they're not gonna punt the ball
Oh, he did say that.
and they're gonna do onside kicks
The entire
only.
game.
They're
Why not? What do you got to lose?
You're gonna lose anyways.
Yeah,
Might as well try to.
get every possession.
Interesting.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
that'll be fun. I hope he actually does it. That'd be hilarious.
Yeah.
That'd be cool to see.
Great.
He could change the game forever, honestly. So yeah. Anything else on last week?
I don't see anything.
I mean, a few other little things, but nothing. Really
Nothing.
worth
I don't think.
talking
Yeah, I don't
about.
see anything big names. I mean, if you want to talk about Clemson just destroying Florida State, but that rivalry
That's
or whatever it
expected.
is not what it used to be.
Oh, South Florida beat BYU.
No way.
Oh,
Good
really?
for Charlie. Good
Yeah,
for
we
Charlie.
Charlie.
Dude, that means he's gonna
So
be
the
here
first
next
job.
year when we play him. They're
think
not
we're-
gonna fire him.
Oh shit, that's right.
I think we're playing them
Yeah.
at
Well, wherever we
Florida.
play him at.
when we play.
I don't think we'd play him there. We might actually. I don't know.
I'm
but-
looking this up right now, actually.
But yeah, good for Charlie Strong, man. I thought he was a dead man walking.
Good for him.
Yeah,
Let's see here.
Missouri beat
Taking care of
Ole
business.
Miss.
Louisville ending Wake Forest's undefeated season. Sad.
Sad. Your
Sad.
boys
My boy Jamie and Sage
couldn't get it done.
couldn't get it done. No, Sage had like 4 touchdowns, dude. It was crazy.
Sage Surratt, he did? Oh, man.
Yeah, I know. Let's see, Sage Surratt had 196 and
Oh no,
3
it's in Austin.
touchdowns.
Jesus.
Dang, that'll be exciting.
I know.
Can't wait to boo Charlie Strong.
Yeah, Charlie in Austin again. September 5th.
You ruined
3 years of my
Homeopener.
life. All right, let's get into our locks.
Locks. Wrap up.
I'll
the
go
show.
first. I'll go first.
Wait, how did we do last week? I did
I
horrible.
went 2-0. How'd you do, man?
I went 0-2.
Oh my
My
god.
God. Oh my God.
You're gonna
did
hurt
what
our
I did last
percentage.
week.
I know. It was Wake Forest losing and then Colorado just not even playing a close game, which is blowing my mind. Just add that on to OU losing. Oh my God.
Not a good week.
I went 2
Now
and
you-
1, so I rebounded a bit.
Nice. So we're at 27-15 overall, which is still really good, but
Not
like
quite 2-1 odds, but
I want to be
we're
like
getting
I
there.
want
I want to be rich. I want to be rich.
I want to be rich.
All
right, what do you got? What do you got?
This week, we talked about it earlier. Arizona State minus. I got it at 14, which is actually really good. Arizona State plus 14. I mean,
Wow.
at Utah, I think they cover that. I think
Take that.
Arizona State could win this game honestly outright. So
Yeah.
I think if they do lose, it'll be like by 3 or 7 or even 10. So yeah, that feels like a slam dunk to me. I could be wrong with that. And then my other game is LSU travels to Hail State.
Here, start.
Hail State.
Ew.
And yeah, that's minus 18.5. I think LSU can win by 3 touchdowns. Hail State just lost to Tennessee. They got blown out by Auburn. So I think they're not going to have any answer for Joe Burrow or that offense. They're going to put up at least 50 points. And I would imagine LSU's defense holds them under 30. So, yeah. I think those are pretty good picks. What about you?
I have Louisville at home against Clemson. Louisville
Plus 24.
Yeah, I think I wrote that down wrong. I was like plus 3. I was like, wait a minute, I'm gonna change my mind.
Right.
Yeah, that's not right. Plus 24. I think Louisville not gonna win, obviously, but I don't think Clemson beats them by that much. Louisville has an offense that can move the ball. Although Clemson is starting to turn the corner a little bit, and they might be getting that little boost that they need. Travis Etienne just had a great game, but I think Louisville can maybe just lose by 17 or 20 or 21. I don't think 24. So I think they can take care of it there. And then going back to the Oklahoma State Baylor game, Oklahoma State is favored by 4. They'll win by a touchdown or 2 or 10. I really think this could be one of those games where they pop off, and they have all the signs point to them just having a great game. And I think they'll come through. Oh, Baylor's injured on defense, and they're at home, and they have the better offensive players. So I'm gonna go Oklahoma State minus 4 at home. They're at home. Yeah.
I like it.
Thank you.
Interesting.
Good picks.
Thank you.
All right, so I got my 3 locks per usual. Oregon 2.5-point favorites at Washington. I'm gonna have them cover. Honestly, I'm surprised that it's that close. But I mean, I guess it's a kind of a rivalry game, and Washington isn't an easy place to play. But I do see them winning by at least a touchdown, maybe more. A&M 5-point favorites against Ole Miss. I don't have a ton of trust in the Aggies, but I don't think Ole Miss is all that great.
No.
This is a game that A&M needs to win, and they need to win it convincingly in order for Aggies to continue to be like, got Jimbo.
Yeah,
Don't be like,
not worried.
got a problem. Is what they're gonna start saying
SEC.
if they start not beating Ole
Man's
Miss
an
by
average
more than a
coach. Get used to
touchdown.
it.
Yeah, so I have them beating them by at least a touchdown.
Yeah,
This is-
if A&M loses this game, 3-4.
they're in a world of problems if
Yeah.
they do. And then my last lock is Boise State 5.5-point favorites at BYU. I didn't even know that BYU lost to USF last week, but that makes this even more convincing that I'll take Boise State covering. They're a good team. I see them winning by at least a touchdown. So
Nice.
those are my locks.
Solid.
I think we're going 7-0 this week, boys.
Yeah, I'm feeling it.
I hope so.
I'm feeling it.
Yeah, like
Texas getting that bounce back. We're getting that bounce back. It's in the cards.
Yes.
I did the math.
Yeah.
We're ready to
and
go.
we're gonna avenge our loss to OU December 7th.
Amen.
Remember
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
You heard it here first.
Big old Kansas week. Be sure to watch on Longhorn Network. Hopefully you get that provider.
You have it.
At this point, I mean, chances are you do. If
Yeah.
you're listening to this podcast, you're probably a big time fan. But
That's true.
But nevertheless, be on the lookout. Look out for those throwbacks and hopefully some better play just by our team. Big game, big week. So
Absolutely.
let's get a rebound, just
Yeah.
like we did hopefully will in our locks. And thank you for listening. And let us know in the comments how this format was,
Yeah,
podcast
tell us what you
style.
think.
We'll probably go back to filming and doing the green screen just because that's kind of our thing now.
We're
But
used to.
we'll see. We'll see what y'all think.
Yeah.
And
Don't forget to subscribe.
yeah, don't
Please.
forget to subscribe. Big
Please subscribe.
Please.
thing. We need to grow this.
Your man's unemployed. Please. I need that ad money. I'm just kidding. But thanks for, I guess, listening this time.
Yeah, thanks for
see ya.
listening.
Yeah, if you're here right now, like respect. You're a loyal fan, and we appreciate you.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Like this video. We'll see you next week.
Longhorn Nation, we're back.